Hi everyone! So today I am filming this video on my birthday. I am now 24 years old, which is a bit of a scary thought to be honest, but today I'm just having a quiet day at home and I thought I might record something that might be interesting or not, we'll just see how it goes. Some of you will know me from the videos that I make on Stardoll's YouTube channel. Over there I make semi-regular videos showcasing the community content made on Stardoll.com. Stardoll very generously gave me the opportunity to be able to showcase that on one of their official platforms, and I've been doing that for a number of years now. Today I just want to take a bit of a trip down memory lane on Stardoll. I joined Stardoll back in 2008 and I was only 11 years old, so I've actually been on this website for a little bit more than half of my life. You know, a lot's changed since then. I've changed, technology has definitely changed. I still use my original account on Stardoll, which means that there's a lot of very old information on it. So I thought we could just do a bit of deep diving and just show some snapshots of what Stardoll was like in various stages as I grew up with it. So all the way back in 2008, I was in intermediate school. I liked to draw, I played netball, I liked fashion, and I liked playing dress-up games and flash games, so Stardoll was actually pretty perfect for me. Let's start by looking in areas that I know have a lot of old information on it, just because I haven't touched them for quite a long time. So we'll start with my album. Okay. Oh my goodness, okay. So I haven't touched my album in a good few years. I think I literally just googled deep quotes and I just turned the quotes into pages in my album. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, which one's my favorite quote? I have to pick one, I guess. I think this one's quite an important one to remember. Be an example of possibilities, not limitations. I don't know who said this, I don't know who quoted this, but it's in my album and I take this knowledge and I share it onto you. It does speak to me a lot though. I am actually quite proud of some of these compositions here. They are quite artistic, and I'll say that. It would be nice if I came up with some of the quotes. Oh, this is my cover as well. I was so proud of the fact that I got to do like a graphic leg effect. So let's see how I did it, yeah. So I just had two of the same doll. Oh my god! Ah! What we're doing next is we are going to, we'll clear this page. Oh, I'm kind of scared about this part. We're gonna go to my dolls and we're gonna go all the way back 41 pages. All right. Of course, my first doll that I saved in my album was David Tennant. This was before the dress-ups had like the clear background. It's that old. It's so old. So we have David Tennant in his classic, you know, doctor coat. I love Doctor Who. I was such a big fan. He's the best Doctor as well. Fight me. Best Doctor is David Tennant. Oh, that outfit is so 2008. This was one of my favourite dolls. It still is one of my favourite. I love very much the themed dolls. I mean, it's not a bad look. There's an idea here. We're starting to get an idea of composition and colour distribution. I'm still trying to find nice things to say. Okay, I need to have a wee talk about my anime phase, but we'll hold off on that for a second. Inez, this was a really cool doll. This was one of my favourites as well. Something you will slowly come to see is that I went through a big anime phase in about 2010, 2011. I fell so hard for anything anime, Japanese related. So of course we've got Tokyo Street Style with the Hatsune Miku hair. It's my first doll dress up. Ah! You're gonna see something a lot and it's Kingdom Hearts. I still am, but I was obsessed with Kingdom Hearts back in the day. So you're gonna see that distributed quite a lot in this video. So this was my Namine cosplay. Oh my goodness! Okay, let's do a little compilation of my doll dress ups throughout the years, because you can tell this is, you know, the entry. So we'll try and get through this quickly because I think this will be quite a lot. But here was very much the area that I really got into Tokyo street style. The problem was I didn't really understand back then the full circle of Tokyo street fashion. I remember I used to just call it Harajuku style, but in reality it's really not. These outfits here are very much inspired by Decora fashion. You can tell that Evil Panda is my all-time favorite store, and it still is. I love the store. I still very much love Tokyo street fashion and just everything that surrounds it. A lot hasn't really changed in that respect. Hopefully my eye for fashion has improved since then, but I do commend myself on, you know, getting creative and having fun with colour. You can see that I've always really loved rainbows and bright colours, so at least I'm keeping that on trend. I tried doing like a brand back then as well. Because they had all these panda accessories, so I was trying to brand my character around pandas. It didn't really work. Yeah, no, it didn't work. Here we're just, you know, peering things back a little bit. I'm wearing roller skates. That's a look. Alright. The gamer trophy, that was my first trophy. I don't remember what mini game it was from, but I was so proud of the fact that I had won a prize. So here is where you can see that I've kind of started to shift from my Tokyo street fashion style. I was trying to expand my styling horizons. You know, I think there's ideas here. So here's, you know, a homage back to the styles of before, and then this is very much my university days, I think. This was the Stardoll Diaries look, I'm pretty sure. And this is actually really pretty. I think I might dress my doll up like that again. I don't know what it was from, but it looks great. I don't know if there's a whole lot else to show here, so we're gonna move on. This is me and my intermediate school friend. Her account doesn't exist anymore, but like we used to play Stardoll. There was, you know, 4 of us, I'm pretty sure, and we all had Stardoll accounts and we'd all chat about it, and okay, this is a good memory that just came back then. A lot of these pictures are more recent because I didn't have Superstar for quite a long time, and I remember you could only take like 5 pictures and you had to delete everything else, so clearly this was my most cherished photo from back then. This was around the time of the Stardoll Diaries, so I did a few parties and people just came along and we just chatted. I remember that was really fun. Okay, let's have a look at sceneries. This is gonna be interesting. I haven't touched sceneries for a very long, very long time. 2008. Oh my goodness, what's this one? 150 months ago. Jeez, man. Alright, let's play Spot My Doll. I'm pretty sure I'm the one in the back here. Alright, Snow Fun, 2009. Alright. Only 139 months ago, let me tell you. Oh, yes, the eyes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what I would do, I would create these anime eyes. Once again, I didn't have Superstar, so what I did was I just brought a bunch of the cheap $1 accessories and then compiled them to make eyes in the shape of anime eyes. They looked slightly terrifying, but you know, we were quite resourceful back then, I guess. Oh my, this. I don't know if this is still a problem. I just remember having so many problems with saving sceneries when your scenery looked amazing, and then when you saved it, suddenly one piece was like all the way over there and it just ruined the entire composition. I remember struggling so much with this. Oh, floating hat? Oh yeah, so there's, you know, a reason to what I was saying is that, you know, pieces just sometimes go, oh my goodness, okay, this brought back a memory. I'm going to say that a lot this video. So, I actually drew a picture inspired by the scenery. I entered it into a local competition called Kids Fest, and I won one of the major prizes, and I have this, you know, scenery to thank for it. I don't remember what the picture looked like. I hope it looked okay, but it was inspired by the scenery. Alright, that wasn't too bad, I hope. Let's go to my home. I'm not an interior designer. I really need to say that I struggle a lot with interior design, which is why I love seeing, you know, everyone else's amazing work, because I cannot process it to make something that cool myself. We'll go on a really quick tour of the rooms that I do have at least, so we'll start with the loft. This is like my designer studio, the one that I would just love to have in real life. And oh, who's this person? We'll just get rid of her. And yes, this dress. Okay, this is my favorite dress of all time on Stardoll. It's, it's nothing, there's some amazing graphic quality dresses on Stardoll nowadays, but this was like the dress that I always wanted. When I finally was able to buy this, it was just beautiful. I was so happy. So it has, pride of place in this room. I love scattering doll star designs throughout my suite as well. I have done some star designs in the past. I don't really work well in the process that is star design, but I do absolutely positively love seeing everyone else's designs, the incredible pieces they make with just basic shapes. So cool. So continuing on, the star design concept, here is my doll feature room. It's, designs made throughout the community, things that I've been gifted, things I've brought. I am wanting to put it into this room here to help showcase it because I think it's absolutely amazing. So something that I would love to collect more of, but it's quite difficult nowadays, is anything from the Decades of the Teens collection, because Decade of the Teens means so much to me. I wanted so much to enter that competition, but I still designed a dress, and that kind of got the ball rolling on me drawing clothing and designing clothing. And this is something that I just kind of want to be able to celebrate, was people being able to design their own clothing and actually be able to sell it on the Stardoll store. It's an incredible opportunity, and I want to show that love and appreciation, and it reminds me of where things began. But I also have various pieces from Stardoll's Next Top Artist that was so cool. I would love it if they did it again, or at least, something similar. And then in my other rooms, you'll see my lack of interior design skills, but I haven't touched this room in a few years. It's my Christmas room. We always have to have one somewhere, some room for a celebration, so that's that one. This is one of my favorites. It's Halloween Town. I love, its simplicity. I also am complete trash for this movie because I love it so much. So then this is my gamer room. Got my little favorite trophy there. And then I got this today, clearly. So obviously my suite has changed a lot over the years, but I do still have quite a few old items. So maybe we'll go into one of my quieter rooms and let's have a wee look. Thing is, I don't know if my wardrobe is particularly interesting. I have a lot of old pieces, but they're not particularly collectible or, of value. They're just things that I love to buy. I've never really been a collector of rare items. It's, I love looking at people's collections, but I just haven't really been one for collecting things myself. If there's anything I like to collect, I liked buying old event items. So, from the makeover, how about that? Okay, here's the struggle, is that you have an item, but you don't know which room it's in. you gotta go and find it. I'm gonna ruin all of my rooms in here because I can't access them, so I'm gonna just clear them. Okay, so I've cleared all of my rooms. Let's see if there's anything of interest here. Oh, Dexter! Oh my god! Okay, so we're getting some items here. Here we are. Okay, so some of my favorite items that I love, I don't know why, I just do, are the pieces from the Stardoll makeover. So the website Stardoll didn't used to look like this. It had a pink palette. It was very much within the era of when it started. And in 2010, I think early 2010, they did a makeover of the website, and they had this campaign, and they had items and pieces from it. And these were some of the pieces. I managed to eventually buy them on the Star Bazaar, I'm pretty sure. So this was the dress. There was a belt and a helmet. It's not the most fashionable look. I don't really like it for the fashion side of things, but it's very much a big milestone in Stardoll history. Those are the things that I really like collecting. And then another piece I remember fondly is Dexter. He was something you could receive if you joined Club Ask Paulina Girls. It was a gift. It was back in the day of when real celebrities were on Stardoll and you could make friends with them. Some of their accounts are still here, so I'm very happy that I have this because you can't really get it elsewhere. And this was a little red panda that you received if you watched my Stardoll Diaries video, which was so cool. I think it's where some of you dolls met me originally, was from the Stardoll Diaries video. That experience itself was insane. The way the whole Stardoll Diaries thing turned out was just absolutely incredible, because Stardoll knew me initially because I used to send them emails just saying, you know, I'm studying fashion at my high school. I used to just send them pictures and they put it on the Stardoll blog when it used to exist. They did it a few times, and then a little bit later they asked if I wanted to do a video called the Stardoll Diaries. I was like, sure, it sounds amazing. So I did it, and the day or the night that the video was posted, it was one of the most overwhelming experiences of my life, because there was just so much traffic coming to my page, so many wonderful messages, so much love and support for the video and for my work and everything. It was amazing. And the next day I actually won International Cover Girl, which is, you know, the only time I've won the award, and I wouldn't have it any other way, because it was received purely just out of people's kindness and generosity and, you know, willingness to support another doll in the community, and I am just so happy and thankful for that. Okay, we should probably go back to the situation here. It's still such a strange thing to think about. Stardoll approached me to be a pal in the Star Plaza when I was still doing the original Stardoll recap series before switching to the Stardoll social recap. So Stardoll asked me if I wanted to be a pal in one of their upcoming releases. I was like, sure, it sounds amazing. I had to submit a picture, so a full body picture, a couple of poses for the graphic artist to work from. I remember when this doll came out that a few comments were asking, why is your ankle broken? And it's not the artist's fault, it's actually how I posed. I posed like that. If I can find the original photo, I'll put it side by side. But one of the issues that I had was I took this photo in my very small university room, and I kind of just worked with the space that I had. And this is the result of that. And I'm, you know, so happy. It's, you know, it's something that I definitely never imagined would happen, and it's really cool to think that there are actually people who brought my doll and have it in their suite and also have no idea who I am. I hope they're treating her well. So yeah, and I guess the other thing I should probably talk about was my collection that I had. This is more recent, so I'll just go over it briefly. So this collection here, the original Future collection, actually we'll go find it in the Star Plaza, shall we? Here we go. Okay, so it's on 2 pages. So these pieces here, oh my goodness. So that was what? I still struggle to believe that this even happened. I think I mentioned just to them about my graduate collection. They were like, why don't we put it in the Star Plaza? And I was like, what? Sure. So what I did for this as well was I just submitted pictures of the garments on a mannequin, and then from there the graphics team did an amazing job turning these physical garments into virtual garments. It's kind of really nice that things have come full circle, because going from, you know, the time I designed the Decade of the Teens dress all these years later to actually having my personal design collection in the Star Plaza, it's, you know, I still can't believe that that happened. Well, I mean, I wore this in the last social recap video, not intentionally, it was just, I just remember that. But yeah, I cannot thank Stardoll enough for that opportunity. I remember there being a lot of confusion when the collection was released, because there wasn't a whole lot of information that came out with it saying, you know, what this was from, in all that situation. And it's quite a bizarre collection to just suddenly be, you know, in your face. So I remember there being quite a few mixed opinions, but within all those mixed opinions, it was really, really good to hear their different perspectives and also the different stylings of the items. I would like to think that these kind of situations help me, you know, learn and become a better designer, because, you know, there's all these different platforms that you can show your fashion. It's not just put it into a fashion show, it's also putting it online, putting it on, you know, a web store. You know, this technically is a virtual web store. It's all these different mediums, and I think if we can find ways to make the most of that and expressing fashion in these ways, I think we can take things to a whole new level. Whew. Okay, so with all that being done and said, let's finish off by just having a quick browse through the clubs, because I think this offers a beautiful snapshot of Stardoll throughout the years, and especially what I was interested all those years ago as well. So if we scroll down, I used to be a member of so many clubs. A lot of them have been shut down since then, but there's still quite a few here, as you can see. Okay, this is one of the most beautiful snapshots of like 2008, 2009 era Stardoll. So this was run by one of my friends. Do you like Kingdom Hearts? Then you're in the right place. And member of the month is me. That's my old username. Okay, we'll go back to what other clubs do we have? Okay, let's go through some of the club names because they show, you know, bits and pieces of my childhood. Nickelodeon, but it's spelled right. CP Club Penguin, Dizzywood. Oh, Dizzywood. We've got Miley Cyrus. That was in the days of Hannah Montana. Bo Come Friends. Sora fans. Sora is my life. And I don't say any of this to make fun of the people back then. Like, this was me. This was exactly what I was into. It's everything that I was so in love. Help me. Accurate. Ratchet and Clank, Vocaloids, Miku Hatsune, Kingdom Hearts 1, Keyblade, Kingdom Hearts. Most of these are Kingdom Hearts clubs. I need help. So I need to wrap this video up because I am going out for dinner. Yay. So I'll just do a little quick discussion on Stardoll in the present. I want to speak as a member of the community. I make content for dolls. I make it for us. I don't work at Stardoll. I don't work for Stardoll. And while there is still a community on this website, I hope to help be a part of it and to share it. And regarding this website in general, I know things are different from what they were before, but it's also in the perspective of when I was first playing on Stardoll. I was playing on my parents' old computer with a CRT monitor, like the same monitor that's like right behind me that I use for my fashion show. And you know, nowadays we can play games on our phones. The world of browser-based gaming is just completely different nowadays. Microtransactions in games are so incredibly normalized now, and back in the day I wasn't allowed to do that, and now it's just such a common thing to do. And I think it's been quite difficult for, you know, a website that's existed for so long to have to adapt to very new technologies, new developments, especially when everything's been set back so far back, you know, with, you know, Flash ending and the Stardoll launcher, having to adapt that. I cannot imagine how difficult that is. I still think the core values of this website can thrive in today's environment on social media and all of that, in fashion especially. It's just trying to get those ideas across to a new generation on new platforms that is the tricky part. I still love this website and I hope to keep supporting it for a long time to come. If you made it this far into the video, I thank you all very much. This video is a little bit different. I just wanted to test out some new equipment as well. If you have any suggestions on things I could do on the computer, streaming, or anything gaming Stardoll related, let me know. I would love to hear. I'll try and get a better webcam quality. And if you heard my stomach grumbling just now, I am very hungry, so I'm about to go to dinner. So with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Bye!